Oh, yeah. On your screen, because the green screen doesn't completely cut out. There we go.
You.
I was just wondering what it was.
Pay no attention to the glimmers in the background.
Pay no attention to the man behind the screen.
This ain't the
Using
Wizard of
Joe as a
Oz.
hand puppet. I will let you use your imagination where the hand goes.
And regarding those imaginations, guys... Matthew, I can see the infinity light in your eyes. You look like a YouTuber now, or a TikToker. However or an Instagrammer. However you want to be identified in 2022, you now look like one of those.
Streamer. There we go.
Hey, there's one I didn't mention. Your complexion is amazing. I hope it does wonders for my pale ass once I get one. Now, do you think infinity light or a key light? One of those fancy little square LEDs that can change color tone.
I've got both.
Bastard. I've got none. So
I've also got LEDs attached to my desk.
I just got a ring light on a tripod.
You know what? It's better than nothing. And what I'm saying is it's fantastic. Spare fingers. Step Up, anyone? Step Up. Am I the only one? No.
No, I've seen it.
That wasn't Step Up.
I just left you hanging.
Bring It On.
Yeah, one of those two. I've seen it. I was just leaving you hanging.
Matthew corrected me on such films.
We're not even on Movie Matters right
Dude,
now.
I love
No,
Step
we're not.
Up.
We're in the...
That's like one of my favorite series.
I understand, but we're in the wrong place at the wrong time. This ain't no Channing Tatum. Particularly
I
your
would,
mom.
I would do some naughty things to that guy. I mean, what?
I wouldn't. He's not my type.
Would you like to repeat what you just said on the platform now that we are focused on you, sir?
I would do some naughty things to Channing Tatum.
All right. Well, you know what, folks? I'd do another cold open, but we've already come and went.
I mean,
so
I get
Matt's
it.
come at least 3 times now. Just
Channing Tatum and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would gobble Ryan Reynolds. Just the Gluck Gluck 9000 for Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, God. You know, there was a TikTok trend where women were asking their husbands or boyfriends what, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate Ryan Reynolds?
He's a 12.
Hold on. Matthew, go.
Indeed. 12.
Go. Damn it. You guys are all jumping the gun. Nick.
We're excited. It's Ryan Reynolds.
1 to 10, Ryan Reynolds.
Well, if you're going to give me 1 to 10, that's unfair because of them. But I'll go with 10.
You could have just said 11, no question. But either way, they said 12 and you gave 10. It doesn't matter.
10 to the second power.
There, all right, equals MC squared, right? Guys, we're going to get all sciencey and mathy.
10 factorial.
10 cubed.
How about 10 to the infinite?
Just telling you, Gluck Gluck 9000.
Just
Ryan
got
Reynolds,
really
call me.
gay in here.
No,
Just
it's not
now?
gay because it's Ryan Reynolds. The trend is how to tell if your husband is gay or not. And then you ask the question on a scale of 1 to 10, what's Ryan Reynolds? And you go 11, no question. And you're like,
Ryan,
right is.
If someone says less than 10, you know they're gay because they're trying to hide it.
That's the point of the whole thing.
There's nothing wrong with being gay. It's just you can just admit that
Just
if Ryan Reynolds was in front of you and he said, "Hey, this is happening," you'd be okay with it. I would.
Now that we've covered all the groundwork on our affection for Ryan Reynolds,
None of
guys,
this had anything to do with video games.
Let's talk about gaming.
We gotta do the games. We gotta talk about games eventually.
Yeah, let's move on. We're too much Ryan Reynolds, too much TikTok.
Yeah, Ryan
It's
Reynolds,
not even-
we love you, but you stop invading our podcast.
Or our minds. I think that's what's really getting attacked here is our minds. Anyway, guys, welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly podcast. Welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. I'm your host, Joe Tweeten, and today we're covering gaming bits. But on that note, now that all the Ryan Reynolds love has been passed around the table, I welcome my three other cohorts that are all honestly bathing in the sin of Ryan Reynolds love right now.
Oh,
joining me to the right of me on this screen is the illustriously red-headed Matthew Johnson. Welcome,
Hello,
sir.
everybody. Hello.
Are you in love with Ryan Reynolds?
Indeed.
Welcome. Welcome. My next host up for questioning is the wonderful cohort, crazy man, gamer, illustrious,
Who's
many other
currently playing
things
something.
with a little bit
He
of
has been this
clicky
entire time,
clacky
I think.
on his keys and probably playing with the Brayhan. Shout out to you, Brayhan, if you listen to this. The Nick Thomas.
Hey! I'm glad to be here.
By chance, are you playing with Brayhan?
No, I'm actually.
You're just mindlessly playing Anvil.
This is going to sound weird, but after all that talk, I'm here playing with myself.
Are you also in love with Ryan Reynolds?
It's a hard yes.
So hard. All right. And finally, last but not least, I know this has become a weird intro for anyone new to the channel. Thanks for joining us anyway. Excuse the craziness or embrace it. It's up to you. Our next, last but not least, partner in the group, player in the team, co-host of this stream, we have the illustrious Twitch streamer, the Coon Cannon, aka Ryan Coon.
Does he still Twitch stream?
Joe, I haven't Twitch streamed since March of last year. I TikTok now. I will be back on Twitch eventually, but I needed a hiatus from it.
Props to you, sir, for taking this self-realized break. I was going to say sad, but not sad. As long as you're doing good, we will all be doing good. Are you too in love with Ryan Reynolds?
I would kill for Ryan Reynolds.
As he holds a blade on the screen for all you podcasters who are not watching us on YouTube. That is a sexy, gut-ripping blade.
This thing's a fucking short sword. I don't know how they call this a machete. This thing's a short sword. It's a full tang short sword.
I mean, it's definitely not a machete. And with the reversal ripping teeth on the backside of that thing, that's not a machete. That is a I'm ripping out your bowels sword.
How can we get my Jason mask?
Anyway, now that we've painted the colors red with the oddities of our intro, the love for Ryan Reynolds, the lack of gaming talk, and some weird ass blade. Not gay, gaming.
Gaming.
Gay. No. That's we're fine. You know what? Thanks for joining us, guys. This is podcast episode 117. It's been a while.
It's the sleep deprivation episode.
You know what? Long time listeners will appreciate what they're listening to now. We hope any new listeners become fans quick. It's the only way you're going to survive continuing to listen to us. Just kidding. We love you all. On that note, guys, let's jump in. Especially you. I want all of you guys to stare at your camera.
I know
meaningfully.
I know the restraining order only has a year left. I'm counting down the days till October of 2022.
Until season 4 comes out.
I don't know. I don't know when that comes out.
We don't know either. We don't know what your promise is or isn't. But on that
Don't worry, guys, Caitlin. I'm on my way.
Name dropping. I don't know if I should bleep that out or leave it, but here we go. Gaming Bits, guys.
I say last name.
Now, was it just me, or wow, that screen got really white and foggy? Thank you, sir. Did that stinger we just played? Did it seem really, really freaking fast and then start slowing down? Or you weren't paying attention? It's fine.
Yeah, I was kind of.
It seemed like ultra fast and then started slowing down. Initially, you heard a little. Oh, it sounds zippy. It's almost like our stream was lagging a little bit or something. I think. Because then the last half was normal. Last half felt anyway. It's all good. It's too late at night to be asking those kinds of questions of technicality. Speaking of technicality, we should probably jump into the gaming of bits and discuss the bit of gaming that we've been interested in, and loving or enjoying.
I think he should do his news first.
Yeah, it's a really short one.
Oh, should we throw that up at the front? It was more of a bit of an announcement. We don't want it to get buried amongst all the other chatters. So
I have an announcement to make.
Sexy Coon with the hair. This particular episode. Pay attention, guys. It's different each episode. What's the news?
So the news today, and something I'm really excited about. If you are a fan of Resident Evil 7 or 8,
yes,
you will really be interested in this.
Oh shit! I'm already wetting my pants.
Jesus. So there is a Russian-based gaming company called Team Clout, who is going to be making a upcoming first-person horror game coming out with some very heavy Dead Space and Resident Evil vibes to it, made on the Unreal Engine 5. It is called Ill. And
I know of this game.
And Nick Apostolades, the voice of Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil 2 Remake of 2019, will be voicing the main character. There is a teaser you can find on it. It's 45 seconds long just to show what everything looks like. There's no monsters, but if you want to check it out, go on YouTube. You can find it.
Oh, really? That's all?
That's all it is.
That's all you've seen?
That's all I have. I don't want to spoil myself further.
Okay,
all I know is I'm really excited.
I'm sorry, you're the one announcing this, but I've been like following this for like the last year, and I've watched
I've been following it for a little bit, but
3-minute videos.
But the newest one is 45 seconds long, and the graphics are just impeccable.
I want to find the short one so I don't ruin it for you, sir. I was like, wanting to
just send it to me after, and I'll watch it. I'll forgive you this time. No, more than likely after we get.
I'm gonna play play the most viewed one, and it's a 2-minute trailer.
Okay.
So you can look away if you don't like it.
No.
But we can talk over it.
Nick Apostolades is in it, so regardless, even if anything's spoiled, I'll be.
Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
All right, we're sharing this shit now because this is like, you know what? You were like, boom, I'm excited for this shit, and I'm like, dude, I've no joke been. I watch. I'll link the YouTuber down below. His name's Blue Drake something. He showcases. Yeah, he showcases a lot of unknown, little known games. And he goes on and on about physics in games, especially ones that are doing unique stuff. And this game, the gore, is all. And I didn't know they were going to use Unreal 5. That makes sense because there's so much particle damage. Like the gore is super real time generated. Like every little corner you shoot on one of these. We'll call them zombies for now. We don't know what the whole
very much
plot
like
is.
Resident Evil 2 Remake in that part where you see the damage hit.
There it is, Clout Games Patreon. Go support it, guys, because this is it's an indie title.
They will be getting my money because not only did they take Nick Apostolades, but it's beautiful.
Look at the body damage right here in the trailer. Like this is what you're gonna see. This is like there's next level detail. Like you hit little bits of a character. There's so much going on, and I know you just saw a 40-second teaser, Ryan, but like this is the same footage I saw a few months back when they first were teasing what this is.
Yeah,
and it looks like a cinematic, but this is all in game. You see him picking up the ammo right there, and the damage he did to that character is just flipping nuts.
Yeah, this game is gonna be fucking amazing, and I am going to be giving them money.
Yeah.
So this is good. Like when you said Dead Space, apart from Resident Evil, Dead Space is another one of my favorite series.
The first 2 games, in my opinion.
Yeah, first 2. The third one was kind of far off.
Yeah.
But
that was a surprise announcement, dude, because we don't talk about a lot of indie stuff, but like this
I
is
wanted
like
this has to go on there. This is
a super indie title that I've been watching, and
I will play that
been
game.
waiting for it to come.
Like, I had been aware that this was happening for a long time because Nick Apostolades has posted stuff. He has not gone out of his way and said anything until recently, where it was revealed that he will be voicing the main character. But he had been talking about stuff on Twitter and Instagram about how he's working on a project he can't talk about. I'm like, tell us. I want to know.
Dude, I know all we have is like what you just saw is about as much as they've really honestly shown up to this point over the last year.
The 45-second one, it's very much clean. It's less gritty like that one is, but
that one was showing you what the weapons can do to the
weapons, combat, the
character
detail.
models. Yeah.
I think the 45-second teaser is a little earlier in what the game's going to be showing off. Like when things are still a little normal for the main character. Yeah, I'm fucking excited.
Quick question.
It's cool.
Yeah.
What's it going to be coming out on?
So far, I know it's going to be on Steam, but generally with indie games like that, if it gets enough popularity, it generally goes to like Xbox and PlayStation.
It'll probably go to both.
Yeah.
It's going to PC first, obviously, but it's probably going to hit both.
Yeah,
especially with the Unreal 5 engine. Because another side note, I have not been able to play it, but I've watched all the videos on it. Yes, I'm still a generation behind, my friends, because of the lack of Xboxes. Matt's the only one, and he probably has sampled this. If he hasn't, he's crazy. The free demo of the Matrix tech demo of Unreal 5 that is free to play right now on the Xbox Series X. He's looking it up right now. Oh my God, Matthew, you didn't know this was a thing?
Wait,
it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's called The Matrix Awakening, and literally Lana Wachowski, who directed the Matrix Resurrection film, she's one of the 2 directors from the original trilogy who's continued working with the Matrix stuff. They recreated in the Unreal Engine 5, they recreated a full-blown open world cityscape of the Matrix that you can walk around as a third-person shooter like Grand Theft Auto style. You can hop into a car, you can drive it. There's a full-blown shooting chase scene where the AI takes control of the car and you're shooting through the window. There is a cinematic leading up into it with the if you guys have seen the Unreal Engine 5, what are the metahumans? They're called, Unreal is calling it, Epic Games is calling it metahumans, because this is the first time they have come. I'm holding up my fingers tightly in centimeters up to the screen, this close to erasing the what's commonly known in the CG world as the uncanny valley, which is just that there's just a tiny little thing that makes you know it's not real. It's not a real human talk. The facial animations, there's just this sliver of incapableness that computers have had up till now, and Unreal Engine 5 hasn't met it or surpassed it, but has gotten slivers close to, when you look at a real-time animated metahuman from Unreal Engine 5, if you're not initially told that it's done on Unreal Engine, you might for a split second actually think it's a real person's face looking around and moving. The movements are so unbelievably realistic.
It'll be downloading in about 17 minutes.
Okay, well, we'll continue recording our reviews, and then as you look at it yourself, I would love to hear your live reaction to what you're looking at. But the introduction scenes are all in real time. None of it's CG. And they used the metahuman technology, and they recreated Neo and Trinity for the cinematics. And there's videos online. If you look up right now, it'll show you original Matrix versus Unreal Engine 5, and there's such minimal difference. It looks so flipping similar to the real live action shots, but it's all in-game Unreal Engine 5 stuff.
I got you.
Since we're on the topic of Keanu Reeves stuff, real quick, I just have a small little tidbit to add.
Some transitions. That's fine. What's up?
So CD Projekt Red in February will be doing a live stream discussing their new patch for Cyberpunk 2077, as well as the Cyberpunk anime coming out, and the first expansion for the game. There's been some rumors about a relaunch of the title, a soft relaunch of it, that will be fixing a lot of the issues and adding a lot of stuff. They have denied it, but a lot of developers do that, so it's kind of hard to say what each way. But they are working.
That's why so many people forget. Nick always reminds me, Witcher and Red Faction and other things that Project CD Red has put out.
Yeah.
That came out less than polished on day one, but have since been so improved that fans forget that there was even a problem before.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be another case here. I really think they're going to pull through on it. I do really look forward to the anime coming out, but there's going to be an expansion to the game. So,
shameless plug, guys, if you want to see my 50 hours of investment on our channel, Nerdentials Gaming YouTube
shameless.
channel. It's not. It's a full-blown plug. I played the whole game in all of its glitchiness. I acknowledged it throughout, and I played it on last-gen Xbox One.
I only ever had funny glitches. I never had any game-breaking ones. So
not crazy. I saw a few myself, but nothing crazy that ruined my experience. And
I had one save my life in the game once.
Yeah.
I was in a firefight that I was not ready for, and I tried jumping through a window, but instead of me going through the window, it just launched me 500 yards back without taking any damage.
Dude, I've seen all of those glitches, but I've never experienced one that launched me in the game. Yeah. I just haven't. I
didn't go up. It just straight back through the desert.
I was playing a little bit on there, and my character closed the door on the car. And the car straight up yeeted across the city. I couldn't fucking find my car.
I've seen all the videos and clips that people uploaded, but I got lucky. I saw some glitches, but none of them were, like I said, game breaking. And even with game breaking glitches, I think honestly, CDPR they did a great job with story that I enjoyed the story still, despite the glitches.
I loved the game.
I would love to have seen a polished version of it, and I will gladly play through it again when it gets to that polished stage. Like when I get a PC, gaming PC, or an Xbox Series X, I'll jump back in.
We can also do a live stream of this.
The classic 2020 edition.
The best.
Because that's what... Yeah, well, because that's what it was when it first came out.
Yeah, that's the one where Johnny Silverhand is alive.
Yeah, it was the original Cyberpunk storyline. Okay, where we go from here? That's all you wanted to say? You're just talking about the... Okay, so we dabbled a little bit in side chatter.
We should do your Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd like to hear about
it. We're going to kind of semi-partially review a couple titles today, guys. The next one comes in the form of Square Enix's next entry into its Marvel franchise games that it's had the opportunity of producing. They kicked off 2020 with Avengers, and another shameless plug, full playthrough on our channel. I played through the entire original campaign of Avengers. It's a great game. Where it kind of lacks or fails to shine is it was intended to be a looter shooter, and it kind of came on the cusp of all these other games that were trying to do the same thing. What's that one that we didn't complete and come back to, Nick? Looter shooters.
Are you talking about dang it? I know which one you're talking about.
I know I'm drawing a blank. We did
actually,
a few videos of it.
I was actually playing it earlier today. By Square.
Is it by Square? No.
Wasn't it?
No. I don't. Damn it! Why am I looking this up now? Oh shoot! My external hard drive disconnected, so I can't look at my other 400 games on here. Shoot, this is a
game you are talking about is
Outriders. There it is.
Outriders. And I still play it.
Oh, no. I'm saying Outriders came out like on the cusp of the last great expansion from Destiny 2. There's been several other companies that have been trying to make that genre of game work, doing the looter shooter multiplayer hop in, hop out thing work. And Anthem is dead, buried in dust, and will eventually be shut off. And that sucks so badly because I liked the idea of it, but it never became what it could be. And BioWare wasted so much freaking money on trying to fix it and still have not been able to. So that sucks. Outriders, really great addition to kind of the looter shooter scene. Nothing has quite come alongside Destiny yet, Destiny 2, as far as investment time, player base. Destiny 2 just kind of is there, and we're not here to talk about that today, but just as a comparison, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy is a step away from that. Avengers, that's where Square Enix started. That was their first, we got the rights to make some Marvel games. And, Sony has the Amazing Spider-Man games, cool, but that they have kind of an exclusivity with that right now. And then Avengers came out, and another little tangent to that is that they've been updating the game still. Like every expansion has been free, which is cool. So if you bought the game originally, all expansions are free. And guess what? Microsoft cha-ching cashed in on that and got it on Game Pass. So even though I was an early adopter and paid money for it, Avengers is on Game Pass, which means everything, including the DLC, is all free for anyone that's jumping into it now. So at the cost of Game Pass, I'd say absolutely jump into Avengers. It's still worth it. It's a fun campaign. There's Hawkeye, Hawkgirl, Kate Bishop DLC. There's an Incredible Hulk storyline there, and then there's the Black Panther DLC, which is a really huge storyline update. All of it's free. So I'm like, the one thing they freaking did, rest in peace, Mr. Bozeman. There's one thing they did right, though. Square Enix did right, is that they got the feel of the superhero powers. Like you can swap between different characters like Thor, Iron Man, all, the classics. All of them feel awesome and fun to play as. So it sucks that they didn't nail down the looter shooter side of it, but as a standalone, if you're just playing by yourself, it's still fun to try out all those characters. Guardians of the Galaxy, here's the mind-blowing, game-changing element that Square Enix pulled off with Guardians of the Galaxy, in my opinion. They made you feel like you're playing as one of the characters, which is what they've done before. Yeah, okay, we know they can do that. But what they changed up about this is they made it a single-player experience that the likes of, Bethesda are hardcore great at doing. The single-player experience. But they still gave you light control of the additional characters without directly controlling them. So kind of like a very, very light RPG. So not unlike squad-based gameplay. Huh?
I just reiterated what you said, very light, and whispered it. Very light.
Yeah, well, by very light, I mean, yeah, you don't physically switch to any of the characters and move them, but time-based attacks, D-pad controls, that kind of thing. Like while you are controlling Star-Lord in active combat, you have the other Guardians. You have Gamora, Drax the Destroyer, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon, who are fighting alongside you, all controlled by AI, but it's all fluid. There's combos like when you get to a certain point next to an enemy, hotkeys pop up, like press these 2 buttons and you happen to be next to Drax. It'll create this cool combo where you dual attack with Drax. Or at any point in time, you can queue up any of the 5 abilities that you've leveled up of the other characters and tell the character, you can be like, yo, Rocket, you click the D-pad button and hit Rocket's Q, and he'll go blow up an enemy. Because, anyway, a lot of combos, a lot of button pressing, but the selling point here is not the combat or the visuals. It is the story. The Guardians of the Galaxy story is nonstop. It's constantly driving. You can stop and save the game at any point. Just pause and hit save, up to 3 game save slots. But what's cool and crazy is there's a lot of cinematics, a lot of voiceover, a lot of animation, plenty of combat in between, but this thing is a non-stop story. And you're looking at like easily 14 to 20 hours of just non-stop gameplay with no real sight of an actual stopping point. You just have to occasionally you go back on the Milano, their ship, where you can walk around for a little bit and you're not actively pursuing a mission. And you can spend your time talking to the characters. I'd say the biggest highlights here is, and while you're on the ship, you can have Rocket Raccoon upgrade any of your equipment perks, kind of like in Halo Infinite. We're going to talk about Halo Infinite soon here, where you can upgrade a few things in your arsenal to improve you as a character. That's completely here. It's very similar like Halo in that respect. But the 2 things that blew me away that give this a super high score for me is the amazing, beautiful story that just keeps driving and building upon the characters that you love. And the thing that also blows my mind is the real-time context-based dialogue that happens between your teammates, the AI, the NPCs in this game. Gamora, Drax, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, they're constantly talking to each other about what's going on, bashing each other, making jokes. I openly laughed as if watching a Marvel movie. Like, it's so well written. They had to have had a couple team members from Marvel write some of this freaking dialogue, because there's no way Square Enix is this funny. Like, they had dialogue that Rocket Raccoon would say. Quick example, and then I'll move on. Rocket said he likes explosives, or like, why do we waste? Drax says, why do you waste so much time on thinking about money? And Rocket's like, I like explosives. And then Gamora says, and booze. And then Rocket quickly pipes in, booze that explode. It just, it's like stupid, ridiculous humor. Absolutely hilarious. So the 2 highlights that are going to be the reason I rate it what it is the character banter, the talking. The characters talk to themselves. And I was saying it feels like someone from Marvel Studios wrote the freaking dialogue. It's like it's that good. And the story overall, it's emotional, it's gripping, and you're controlling Star-Lord, Peter Quill the whole way through with your comrades. It's a super, super light on the RPG elements, but a very heavily driven action game. It's a nice departure from what Square Enix did with the Avengers. I'm going to right now I haven't finished the end of the game yet, but I've put at least 15 hours into the game. I'm giving it a solid 9 out of 10 on graphics, soundtrack. And what's cool, side note, they have a streaming mode, which means it cuts out all the copyrighted music because it's an 80s. Guardians of the Galaxy uses 80s music, and you can go on the ship and look at the soundtrack of all the 80s hits. It's everything under the sun, dude. It's freaking, oh my gosh. Like, YouTubers wouldn't be able to monetize their channels at all playing this game if they left all the classic soundtracks on. It's just, unbelievable. But what's cool, little bonus I want to say, props to them, is that they made 80s feeling rock music to replace the mainstream crap.
Nice.
So it still feels like a Guardians of the Galaxy story without the real world mainstream rock, because I'm doing the playthroughs, so I have it on streaming mode, because otherwise you ain't going to monetize that crap. So props to them for thinking about the streamers that want to play this game. Heavy props to that. And for keeping it feeling like just an awesome Marvel story. So 9 out of 10. I have a copy, and I'm willing to share with my partners here if anyone wants to try it out. That being said, let's all move on to the final topic of gaming bits for tonight. The infamous 6-year wait that all of us have had since the last fan base wide, less than happy with story of our last endeavor with Master Chief. However, I look forward to hearing kind of Matt's thoughts on that, because I know he didn't completely agree, and maybe none of you agreed with the overall fan base outcry of the campaign of Halo 5.
I have a lot of things to say about 5, but we'll do that another day.
We're gonna, I wanted to keep it light and short, because I know there's a lot of mixed feelings. Some hate, some didn't care.
Yeah.
And there's the soundtrack.
Careful, Marty O'Donnell might sue us.
No, I've been streaming it. There's no copyrights on their soundtrack.
I know. It's just Marty
beautiful.
O'Donnell was a little upset with them.
Ooh.
The number company upset Marty O'Donnell.
343 Industries, who currently...
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Anyway, guys, we are talking about the flagship mascot of Xbox gaming. We are talking about the return of Halo. Halo, unofficially number 6, the third chapter in the second trilogy of the 6-episode-long saga of our Master Chief in Arms, Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is a soft reboot, some might say, to the heart of a Master Chief story. And the company itself, 343 Industries, who has taken over control since Bungie left Microsoft, the wee few years back, have as much stated that Halo Infinite is going to be the new standard for the franchise, the new base, the new Destiny 2 style hub, if you will. The place where there will no longer be 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, Final Fantasy 15. There will be no more numberings. Halo Infinite promises to be the future of all Halo storytelling, whatever that looks like, in this open world hub where they keep updating it. Now, I sound like a narcissist or someone who's unhappy with it. On the record, not upset about it, but I'm just laying that out there for our open discussion about this.
But then again, this is coming from Microsoft, who are the same people that said Windows 10 would be the last iteration.
Now they're forcing 11 on us. I've got some fucking words for Microsoft about that.
Well, let's be frank. Let's be frank about corporations and expectations. Yeah, we've learned from the best. Sony led the charge
one thing
before.
if they let me stay with 10, but no, they can't do that.
But let's just quell the tension slightly and just focus on the game. Let's focus on the game. We know Microsoft is at the heart of most decisions when it comes to what the franchises they own, including this one.
Yeah.
But who Ryan, you feel pretty outspoken right now, but who wants to talk about the let's talk about the main campaign first. We know they did anyone not in the know, they early haphazardly, if you will, released the multiplayer as a free-to-play cross-platform extravaganza. And the one thing Halo has always been known for is excellent multiplayer and balanced multiplayer, because they use it in tournaments. They use it for Major League Gaming. It's officially a sport-driven title as far as the multiplayer-only portion is concerned. So I want to ask around the table real quick, does anyone want to comment on that, or do we want to a quick comment, or do we want to just talk about it being Chapter 6 of Master Chief?
But
like that's what I'm saying. Does anyone want to make a quick comment about multiplayer? Was it good or bad that they brought it in early, cross-platform, free to play?
I think it was a smart move on their part. Yeah. I think it was a smart move on their part to try and get people excited about what was coming out later on.
I share that sentiment.
Granted, like, everybody loves the Halo campaigns. For me, Halo multiplayer, Halo 2 got me into multiplayer gaming.
Yeah,
and
same.
Halo Infinite multiplayer, when I found out they were dropping it just by itself, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I even dabbled in the pre-beta release before they even dropped it fully. The game is crisp, super crisp.
Yeah.
And I've put a lot of time into multiplayer already. There's the rankings that they have are Onyx, Diamond, Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze. And like different levels of that. I am Diamond 2 in Arena.
Damn!
Which is pretty, yeah.
You're up there. You put some time in.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it was a smart move.
Okay.
Just to get the hype up.
Sure, right. Well, and I mean, overall, it makes sense that as far as like if you want to expand the player base beyond the platform it's on, you know, making it available everywhere Game Pass is available, and you know, PC, mobile, you know, Xbox itself, and then free to play. So even if you don't have Game Pass, that's the thing, is like the multiplayer itself was available outside of Game Pass, so you don't have to have a subscription or anything. It's just one of those things that they wanted you to get in on the Halo multiplayer. You want to jump into talking about the campaign part, or?
Yeah, I'll do campaign.
Campaign's
that's all I really care about at the moment until SWAT's
all right,
in.
That's what we'll wrap up with. All
right. The campaign of Halo Infinite shows that there really is a man behind that armor. In my opinion, it really takes to the heart of who Master Chief is, what his ideals are as a soldier and as a human. This is a Master Chief that has been without Cortana for a while, because there's a time skip here. And he has made it onto Zeta Halo with the help of this man he just met when he was hanging out in space doing some space stuff, you know. That guy right there. Fantastic. Love him. Some people don't. I like him. He's great. It takes a very Far Cry approach to Halo, which is interesting in my opinion. I think it's a great addition to the gameplay. FOBs, and while still maintaining that same Halo story mode style mission campaign stuff. Like there's a lot of fun you can have with this game. Just f***ing around, doing stuff with your homies, the Marines. I would say my favorite additions to this is honestly that grapple shot. That grapple shot gives you so much mobility, which really enhances the gameplay as far as feeling like an ultimate badass taking on an entire horde of aliens.
Dude, I have found so many areas to climb up to because of that.
Yeah, I have saved myself from so many deaths because of that. Mostly my own caused deaths, but overall, I gotta say I'm gonna give this game a solid 9.5. I would say there's a couple things I would add to it, but other than that, it's a fantastic, fun game. It made me fall in love with Halo again. And I haven't felt that way since Reach. 4 was great. I have my opinions about 5. We'll leave it at that. But I haven't enjoyed a campaign this much since Reach.
Dude.
That's where I'm leaving.
Well put. Well put. Who wants to iterate or echo next? Who wants to go about this? Nicholas? Matt wants to pass it on to you.
It's really good. I have to admit, with the hook shot thing that he was talking about, it adds a whole nother aspect to the character's kit. Oh, you switched the screen. Okay. I'm kind of excited about where they might decide to go with this, because this being such an open sandbox lends to completely opening it up, like Far Cry, like you said. And I would like to see this, like, okay, you played John now. He's opened up this thing where we can now make more Spartans, and guess what? Create your own Spartan now.
That would be amazing.
Spartans. Yeah. No, I'm this game. The thing I'm most excited about this game about is what it can lead to.
Interesting, yeah. That's an interesting point.
The game's awesome, but I'm more excited about what this opens up for the future of Halo.
Yeah, I mean, we're only going on 20 years now with this.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick, do you have
a rating?
A feeling on the campaign rating for this release?
Yes, I hate snipers. I mean, I'm gonna give it a. Damn it! I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Fair. Matthew, I'll throw it over you.
So, campaign-wise, I would almost have to agree with Ryan. I played through every single one of them. 5, we won't go there. 4, it was doable. Reach was enjoyable. So was 3. Like, those 2 campaigns and then the original were probably the best out of all these games. Reach kind of hit you in the feels, and I feel like this game, you kind of get back into that with, like he was talking about, this is time forward from 5, where you don't have Cortana, and then all of a sudden you have this other AI that's kind of trying to take the place, or was supposed to not take the place, but she ends up,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a sad thought if you're a fan and you've come off the previous versions where all you knew was Cortana, and now you have this almost rebooted factory reset original model that doesn't have the history with you.
I love Weapon though. I love her. She's
she grows on you.
Oh no, yeah.
I was instantly attached. I'm like, I will protect you with my life. This is so innocent.
But the ability to go where you want to go, to do like side missions, to like before you even finish off the main campaign, like unlocking all the like little areas or whatever before, because you could do it very linear, but it takes away from like the ability to explore and find skulls. Leave it at that. Anyways, when it first dropped the campaign, I was up until about like 6 o'clock in the morning playing it, and it was just it was sucking me in. Like I got to like this boss, and I'm just like, oh yeah, this is feeling good. Yep. And like you were just like mesmerized. The graphics are insane, especially on the X, and it's just
even on a 1060 graphics card my computer has. The 1060 is a really outdated graphics card. It still looks incredible.
It still looks good on the original release, first edition Xbox One from 8 years ago.
That's about how old my graphics card is.
Well, there we go. I like the comparison.
I would like, for my rating, me being a Halo fanboy, this gives me hope for the future. It's a 10.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, the only reason it didn't get a 10 for me is there's just a couple things I would add. And that's mostly about the weapons. But that's just minor nitpicks.
Yes, give me my damn dual wield.
It is too bad that that's not...
I love the sidekick. I know a lot of people don't like it. They like the original Halo Magnum, which I love that too. But I do like the sidekick.
The sidekick's freaking nice.
Yeah, it's a fun.
It does some damage.
But I miss my dual needlers.
Oh, you could double up on that thing, and that was pretty nasty.
Is SWAT back in the game yet for multiplayer?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going into multiplayer after we're off here. SWAT's my shit.
It's tactical Slayer.
Okay, I'm going into tactical Slayer once we're off this. Maybe. I don't know. I need to eat something.
You maybe sleep since you haven't slept in 40 hours?
Sleep is for the weak.
That's what I tried telling my wife just now. She didn't believe me. I'm kidding. Anyway, it's not as much as what I said. But anyway, okay, real quick, let me wrap up my feelings on it as well then. I'm having a lot of fun with the current mechanics, specifically 2 highlights. I like to highlight in any game a mechanic that's like, they say like a key to a successful game is coming up with or discovering a mechanic that you can integrate into a game that is fun when repeated every 30 seconds and doesn't stop being fun. Like if you can do something every 20, 30 seconds in the game and it just continues being a joy doing it, you have a successful mechanic. And that, my friends, right off the bat, is the grapple for me. Like I upgraded all the other things. There's the boot jet dodge, which is all right, and the shield, the throwdown shield, is cool. You know, it's all right, but it's nothing crazy new. Enemies can pass through it. You can pass through it. You can grapple pull items through the shield. You can shoot through the shield, but enemies can't shoot at you through the shield. So, like, that's the only thing that can't pass through is enemy fire. Okay, cool. You know, the grapple, I would say the grapple overall, though, and the addition of the one thing they changed in this game that, forgive me if I'm wrong, Matthew, I know you're super familiar with the last, number 5 and even 4. But remind me, has there ever been a time in Halo history where falling from any height at all made you feel like a super soldier until now? Oh my God!
Right.
If there is one tiny little perk, tiny little experience that they added to the Master Chief that I don't think anyone realizes unless they've played the previous ones. When you drop to the ground free fall from any height, doesn't matter. You scale the highest cliff possible. You drop. It's not just the fact that you don't take damage and that you land fine because you have super soldier feet. Of course you do. The springs, the strength of your legs, of course you land and don't die. But on top of that, it's while you're falling that you hear the rush of wind in your headphones as it rushes past you because the weight of your freaking tank of a body that's falling is making that sound escalate through your veins. And then when you land and take no damage at all, that is the first time in Halo history that I believe has ever been presented perfectly to make you think, wow, I'm a fucking super soldier.
You know, for a brick, he flew pretty good.
I would say,
in the words of Buzz Lightyear,
free.
I'm flying with style.
Falling with style.
Falling with style.
Mm-hmm. No, that mechanic is definitely new to this one.
Okay, I mean, the falling part. The falling part is new, like not taking damage.
No. The not taking damage has been around since Halo 3.
Okay.
Campaigns. However, it doesn't give you the same
rush feeling.
Right.
There's an added sound they put in there that makes it feel like a tank of weight is falling. It's that thundering fall sound. Just that rushing, metallic rushing sound that makes it feel like you're a heavy object falling. And then when you land and nothing happens, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a super soldier. Right? And the grapple hook lets you explore that because you could, as long as you time it right, if you level up the grapple hook enough to where the cooldown is only 2 or 3 seconds long, and then you can re-grapple. As long as you grab onto any surface and pull yourself up past the spot where you grappled, before you fall past the grapple spot, you can re-grapple and keep going. I dare anyone to try any level. Some schools are in spots where you have to do that unless you get access to the Pelican, which you eventually do get the Pelican, which lets you fly anywhere. But
you mean the Hornet or whatever it's called? You can fly the Pelican, but you have to cheat the game to do it.
Oh, I'm referring to whatever vehicle it is that you can free fly. That's it's pilotable.
Yeah, there is
Hornet and
if you call in the Pelican to drop off a car, you can grapple onto it and then get into the driver's seat and then save and quit and jump back in. You can fly it.
Okay,
it has no weapons though.
All right, but I'm referring to like pilotable, intentionally pilotable weapons or vehicles. So what I'm saying is, the grapple is like crazy good if you have it leveled
especially
up
for stealing vehicles.
You know, well,
it's the best. No more getting splattered in multiplayer because you just
If you see a weapon on the floor and you're fast at aiming, you can pull it right in your hands. I've often swapped weapons on accident because I grappled it to me. I'm like, no, I didn't want to throw that down. Another feature they added that's new is pressing and holding Y drops whatever weapon you're holding. And I've watched multiple videos on YouTube where people show you that firing a full clip, then dropping the weapon and firing the next gun is faster than swapping the gun manually.
Yep.
So like, you lose a gun, but in multiplayer, that extra bullet or two in that split second could be the difference between winning and swap, you know? Anyway, those were the mechanics I thought were cool.
Not in SWAT, but like Team Slayer, yes.
Sorry, I meant, overall, an extra.
You're being more tactical with it.
An extra bullet or two.
I just need one round.
I know. An extra bullet or two
I'll take you down.
Could make you the winner in a bullet fight. Yes, not SWAT. The last highlight of this game, in my opinion, story aside, story's amazing, soundtrack's amazing, so much nostalgia for the entire franchise. Something that's always been great, but I think they really went hardcore with it this time, is the amount of one-liners that they scripted out for grunts.
Yeah, the grunts are amazing.
Holy crap. Not just the amount, but how many are funny.
Yeah.
Like hysterical. And even the brutes and elites are a little funnier this time around, but
dude, you're gonna have a hell of a time editing this.
Holy crap. I know. One episode per
Yeah.
Anyway,
thankfully
we're
that'll
done.
at least make it a little easier on you.
We're only at 4 hours.
Yeah, anyway.
Have fun with that, Joe.
Anyway, so
What's your rating, Joe?
Yeah, what's your rating? Be honest. You fucking lie to me. I'll be your next stalker.
I'm so
He'll be
sorry,
your Joe.
lady in the blue, or whatever you are that he follows. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Caitlin?
No, okay.
It's my childhood best friend.
No, honestly, coming off of the 6-year wait, they really did, in my opinion, deliver on, at the very least, the expectation of it being better than the last release, or even better than the last good one. I think they even though it's probably not a perfect game as far as has everything up front polished completely, I would say the only negative I have about this that it should, like, the thing that still kind of surprises me that I have a little bit of a negative thought towards, that I don't know why. $1 billion company Microsoft, flagship game, 6 years of development time. Why are we delaying the co-op option till now, this year? Later this year, they say it is coming. It'll eventually be here in an update. But it's like,
You
what?
can do couch co-op.
Not for the campaign.
Yes,
No.
you can.
Yeah, glitching. It's not built in.
It's not intentional, but it's possible.
So again, it's not. I get it. Like, I'm enjoying the game on
Break
my own.
the game when you
But
can.
I just, you know,
Loopholes.
Lawyered.
loopholes don't affect the fact, or don't change the fact that they didn't make it an open automatic thing since it's been available since Halo 2. It's always been a thing since Halo 2 and beyond. Huh?
It was available in Halo 1.
PC edition, maybe. Not the original Xbox 2001 edition. There wasn't.
Huh.
Not for campaign. Maybe
Halo 2, the campaign, yes, there were some glitches that you can do. Mainly multiplayer was.
It's all been added. It's all been added since the Master Chief Collection. So if you go play Halo 1 now, you would never know a difference. But 2001, it wasn't the first time. Halo 2 with Xbox Live multiplayer was officially the first time that you could team up with anyone online, because that was the first time they went online.
Yeah.
Super bounce.
But they had multiplayer. Four screen split multiplayer on Halo 1. I know, because Matt and Christian destroyed my ass with rockets while I was drunk off of Smirnoff vodka. We have a very tragic memory about that.
Many a night spent playing Halo 1 multiplayer.
Anyway, guys,
killing friends.
Because of the nostalgia, because of the expectations, because of what I got out of what they gave, just
give it a 10. Just give it a
10. I'll give it a 10.
No, give what's your real on it? What's it?
Well, I'm at 9.5, just simply because it wasn't a completely finished package.
Yeah.
And they've never not given us the whole thing. 9.5 because of that. Sorry, like, oh my god, had they given us everything that they always have before and had this level of polish, this is a 10 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I will acknowledge that. You know, so semantics with ratings, it's worth being a 10 out of 10, honestly. And Nicholas, we're gonna sign off because we've now run past the 4-hour mark. Granted,
yes, we have.
It's 3 separate episodes, It's 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 5. In about 3 hours, I'm supposed to wake up and go to work.
Good luck with that, buddy.
So I'm probably not going to go to sleep.
Chug another bang.
Or power it. I don't have any more right now. I have to go buy some.
I'm going to go make some food.
That's a good idea, too. Anyway, on that note, guys, if you have stuck it out this long, no one has for the live feed of this.
I haven't.
No, I know. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up Gaming Bits for the week. It's Friday. Another week, another episode in the bag. Guys, follow us, watch us. Like I said at the beginning, if you're here now and you forgot, we're on a separate channel. So hit subscribe on that YouTube podcast channel. Links are all down below if you can't find it. But in podcast form, we're where we always have been and always will be. So thanks for joining us. Guys, for myself, Matthew, Ryan, and Nick. This has been your Nerdy Essentials, and as always, my gaming nerds, we'll see you
on the other
side.
Once again, gentlemen, keeping it classic. What?
I don't know.